Hi. Hi, everyone. Sorry, y'all. I just came back from inside. So, a little frazzled. I was just outside running around, and it's been an interesting couple days. Couple days have been very interesting. Ooh, look at hot mess. Let's see. We just gonna have to deal with it. Um, but yeah, it's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to be here. So excited to be here to share all that I have to share with you guys and just talk about what's kind of going on, get into some energy. We're going to read a little bit of tarot cards. We're going to pull a few cards from a few decks. Something just told me to grab this one as well. So we're going to grab this deck as well. So we have 3 decks here, 2 tarot and 1 moon oracle deck. What is it called? Yeah, they're oracle cards, but they're moonology ones. So we're gonna pull something from those and a few as well. Let's pray first. I feel like I need to just get that out the way because there's a lot of energy. It's just been kind of pulling and tugging. That's what I feel. A lot of heaviness. Just going on with the collective at this present time. And there's good reason. And I'm going to explain what I have been downloading. And yeah, we'll talk about that. So, worth value of sin, awaken, 144 Soul Tribe. Thank you, Spirit, Ancestor, Spirit Guides, angels, and all those who are in the alliance of the highest good for myself and all those connected to me. We thank you for those who have been awakened and those on the way. Collective appreciates all that divine is going to do, already has done, and all that was accomplished, and all those things that are making its way to us energetically. We are certain that it's going to be behind our wildest dreams. We thank you for giving us a purpose. I ask that you allow me to communicate a clear message of ascension and the journey. Enlightenment is what we are. Enlightenment is what we wish to stay, so that we are always rooted in the truth and on our path of what you wish for us all, as above, so below, as within, so without. Gratitude forever. I mean, okay, so I don't have a channel song for you guys today, but I do have a lot of messages. And as I was shuffling and praying, a lot of them came out. Some cards started to fall out. And this is the one we're going to talk to most about today, is this card right here. And it's funny that it came out, is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is what we're going to talk about most today. And kind of what's been going on with that. Yeah, this is funny that it came out again. So I got the Hermit, the Chariot, Knight of Swords, the 5 of Cups is keep coming out, 8 of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. Nine of Wands. So Wands, I know, I don't know about everybody else, but I've been pulling a lot of Wands, a lot of Cups, and a lot of Swords in my deck. So, and that's funny because I wrote these numbers down earlier today and they just came out again. So I wrote the 9 down. I just got 2 9s. I wrote the 7. Yeah, and it's the same ones. So meditate and contemplate. You are almost at your goal. You're almost at your goal. You're going to meditate and contemplate. Meditate and contemplate, right? So contemplate and meditate on. So you're going to meditate and then you're going to think about what you're actually meditating on is what I'm getting. Think about it and actually start to, really align yourself with your thoughts and process what's going on with you, right? And I'm talking to myself too, collective. So lately, this energy that I've been going through is rough. And I want to talk about a few things on this. I'm going to talk about some alchemy. I'm going to talk about Lilith. And I'm going to talk about, also, I'm going to get into divine masculine energy. So what I want to say is a lot of the collective is between thoughts right now, right? So indecisive. I'm getting a lot of indecisiveness. That was one of the downloads I received. Afraid to go to the dark, which is just shadow. A lot of you guys are afraid to really address what's exactly happening to you guys. And this might even translate as like people being afraid of the dark. Like, so a lot of the collective, and they want me to say that, is that you have been afraid of the dark as kids. All right. And a lot of that is coming back into action now. Yeah. See, look, I got the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, right? So you're in between energies, right? You're in between energies, and the 10 of Pentacles is in between. That's how they came out, right? So that's just confirmation for myself and for you guys as well. That's what's going on. So that brings us up to Lilith, right? So I had to really tap into my Lilith, right? And Lilith protected me. Like, so there's a story, like, and it's called the book Jubilee, the lost book of the Bible, Jubilee, right? That's not in there. That book talks about Lilith, right? And Lilith was actually Adam's, Atom, atoms, which we're all made of. Adam's first wife was Lilith, and Eve. So what happened is Adam and Lilith were made up of the same things, right? And Lilith refused to bow down and think that she was anything less of than Adam, right? So she didn't want to be submissive. She didn't want to, think that she was less than, like, she needed nothing else besides herself, right? All she needed was herself and the connection with divine. So that's that strong, powerful person who Lilith was, right? So she went out into the wilderness and she made a home for herself, right? She made heaven on earth with nothing. She had everything, because you have everything you need. You don't need anything other than, like, everything you need in this life is within you, okay? And you and your connection to the divine is going to continue to solidify that in your life. It's going to continue to make that known, right? The longer you stay in this process and the longer you stay. So how Eve came about, and this is where they start talking about it in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, as they talk about it, how it was made up of the rib or whatever of Adam. And so really Eve was a manifestation from Adam. Adam felt lonely, right? And so that's what's happening right now, is that I feel like a lot of the collective is feeling lonely. Like, the idea of lack just came to me. Like, you feel like you're lacking something, that you need something other than yourself to make yourself feel good. And I'm talking about me too, right? Because I always think I need something besides what I have. And then I have to always remind myself that the future that I want is manifesting as we speak. Like, as I continue to stay in this process, I already have all that I need in this moment. And that's the kind of mindset that we need to stay in. But at the same time, don't neglect what's going on with you, the feelings that you feel, because they're valid, right? And I believe that third-party energy that we are seeing, it might be showing up as like wands or the Hierophant. It might be showing up like that, right? So look, I just pulled this Two of Pentacles, right? And that's at that imbalance, that light and dark, and just not looking at anything, right? So you're just like in between this kind of emotion and afraid to like go. I just froze. Sorry about that, y'all. Just froze. But that Ten of Swords, this kind of energy is kind of where we're at, right? So you're looking, But right there, a lot of people want to think that this is like the divine feminine. I don't see that. What I'm thinking is that that's Eve, right? And she's looking for Lilith, right? So, but that's wrong. Eve is not the one who needs to look for Lilith. You need to go into this masculine energy of yours and connect Eve back to Adam. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's what we need. Because like Eve is sitting here, or that masculine energy is sitting here, and they feel like they don't have much. They're looking outside of themselves. They don't feel like they can create, because like I said, you have everything that you need. You can create in all energies. You can create in all energies, even your masculine, right? So your masculine energy is not lacking anything. And I feel like that's what's going on with the collective, and it's been going on with myself as well. Whereas if I feel like I need to go get it, I feel like I need to go do something, I feel like I need to go make something happen, right? But I have to remind myself that it's already happening, and it's happening for me, and it's happening for the greater good of all. And that's where, you know, you get this balance back, right? And you see this third party energy. I just pulled these. So you get this third party energy. There's three people, right? And they're looking as if they need something, if they're missing something. And then here's Lilith, just like there. And she's pissed, y'all. She's pissed, and she wants to make herself known. And I know for me, Lilith shows up like my whole entire life. I had to be the one to like stuff my feelings, go get it, right? I had to always make something happen. And I thank her for that, because it saved me. You know, a lot of times when I was like on the verge of being evicted, or on the verge of, you know, my mom wasn't really capable of being that. My dad was never there, really. My grandmother did the best she could, but then once she passed, my Lilith had to like be the go-getter and like continue to stay in the process and just make stuff happen regardless of what was going on around them. You know, like I had so many things. I had alcoholism or whatever going on in my life, or addiction to like, you know, pills or whatever I wanted to do to get outside of myself, right? Because I couldn't stand being me growing up. You know, like I wish I was anybody but Lilith gave me the tenacity, right? Tenacity and that go-gettiveness and that stick-to-itiveness. Because like I said, she was in the woods and she created heaven on earth for herself. She, you know, whatever she wanted, kids, family, you know, she was just at peace by herself with the divine, and that was fine. You know, like she didn't care about anything else. And this masculine energy felt like it was missing something, but it's not. So that was one of the downloads I got, that really tap into your masculine, your divine masculine energy, and find out, like, do some shadow work in that area, and find out, like, pay attention to stuff that's pissing you off. I know for me, it was that feeling of being disregarded or not listened. People are not listening to me. That would like get me to kick up a lot of bad feelings, you know, like really bad feelings. And my inner child would act up. And that gets us kind of into this kind of alchemy and that manifestation process of really being in control of our emotions. Because what you don't want, and this is why a lot of people are scared of it, is you don't want to create something or manifest something when your feelings, when you're not in tap or in tune with yourself, because you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because you could think that you are making, you know, like a money jar or something, but really inside there's so many things going on, and you're creating what's the mess inside, and you don't want to do that, because we're more powerful than we think. So I do want to talk about just finding your inner peace, and really just working on, I think, for some reason, Chi is coming to mine. I'm sorry, I just pulled some stuff, right? So I pulled have faith in your dreams, and that's funny, faith, right? Have faith in your dreams. Conclusions are within reach, and nothing will come out of the situation, which is like completely different from the rest of those two. So we're gonna like get into those in a few minutes here, right after I get. Also, I was kept continuing to pull the lovers energy in these cards, and I think that that's kind of the same of saying just the lovers, like the original lovers, Adam and Lilith, and really just really getting in tune with that, and leaving Eve where she's at. You don't have to be all love and light all the time. You don't like Jesus was a beast, okay? Jesus was a beast. He was a go-getter. He was vigilant. You know, he didn't care who was after him. He didn't care what. He had a mission, and he was going on this mission, and he was going to continue to do so. He wasn't going to let anybody stop him. If he had to be in hiding, if he had to be wherever he had to go, he went and he told what his truth and what he had to say, and God protected him in that. So that's the kind of energy that I want to get into. Is like just being yourself, telling your truth. You see where I'm at. I'm sitting here in this room, and I started streaming. Like I said, a lot of people don't know me. I was well, a lot of people who do know me don't know the fact that I was just homeless recent. And I refused to allow anybody to help me. And I said I was gonna do it, right? And I didn't want half-ass people in my life anymore, and that includes family, because sometimes they're half-ass. They can't give you what you want, and you have to remove yourself from them and stop depending on them and stop finding validation in other people. You have to find validation in yourself, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you are the magician. You are the magician. You see, it's infinite. Anything you want, you can create. You have this. You have the possibility to listen what the magician brings, right? So I'll talk about the beginning of my spiritual awakening. I was at my mother's house, and I had a little sister who asked me to help her move her things, right? And in the process of this, I'm being evicted, y'all. I'm being evicted, and my little sister asked me to help her move because she was having some issues. And I said, that's fine. I will help you move. She didn't want to live where she was at anymore. She wanted to go back to my mother's house. Now, mind you, me and my mother were not really. At this time, I was in the process of coming to realize she was one of my karmics in my cycle, okay? And so I did. I helped her move, and then pretty much moved it a lot of it by myself. I had some help, but a lot of it was by myself. Or I felt as if it was by myself, or I had to do it by myself. I don't know which one that is exactly, but I felt as if I was like doing a lot. Anyways, the next day I had to move my stuff. Okay. And pretty much, same. I had some help. My fiance helped. My sisters were there. But like I said, I'm always in this masculine energy. Like, I got to do it, or it's not done right. Right. I've always been like that. And that's just who I've always been. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. It's just my path, right? So that's what another thing is, like, I'm getting like nothing's right, nothing's wrong. It's just your path and what you're supposed to be doing at the moment. So I have so anyways, like I was saying, so I went back to my mom's house. When I tell you I had bruises and everything all over me, I was banged up. I was I couldn't walk barely, okay? I was limping around. It was horrible. I really beat my body up. And beat this vessel, beat this temple up, all for maybe they'll like me if I if I do this right, right? Or maybe if I work hard enough, they'll be proud of me, or just whatever the energy it was. I don't know, right? But anyways, so that night after I finally sat down, I cooked myself a good meal. Like I cooked, I went to the store, went grocery shopping, I cooked. I was like, when I have to take it down, I'm gonna take it down. I'm talking about I was up for like 4 or 5 days, y'all. And I cooked and I ate. Everybody was eating. I had me some drinks or whatever, and I went to go take a bath, right? I cleaned the tub and I took a spiritual bath, right? But previously, we'll talk about, get back into it. The night before, for some reason, I woke up. No, I didn't wake up. I was up and I just got this feeling of I need to make something. Protection, right? So I started making this right here, y'all. This jar, right? And I named this All the Way Up. Or Came Up and Saw Me. All right, and on the bottom I put my Rick James bitch, because this is what's gonna be start slapping people, right? I was like, this is gonna start slapping all the enemies, all the love. But what told me to start making that? I've never done that before. I've never got in the kitchen and started making herbs, and I was never that type of person. I was on this like spiritual journey, yes, for a long time, but I've never experimented with alchemy. I didn't realize I was a visual learner, and that's what I want to talk up to you guys about. But some of us are visual, right? If you look at my altar right here, I'm just a visual person. I like visuals. I like to look at a place and know that it's for me and that that's my safe place. And I like to keep it pretty and keep all the things I like on it, because it reminds me that I'm pretty and I like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you eventually start finding different things to put on there. I put my jewelry up there. I cleanse my jewelry every day because metals collect energies. And so I'll put them on there to keep them clean. I will, put anything I want, like my pencils that I write my poetry with, I'll put up there. My tarot cards, I clean after I read for someone. So like, it's just a thing. Like I said, it's in us. We are the magician, and we have the ability to end and create new things, this death card, whenever we want. And some people, it might be visual. Like, so I started doing that, and then I started seeing some shadows pop up, and it scared the shit out of me. It did, and I was like, I had to go get my sister, woke her up, come down here with me, because she's been doing that kind of stuff, and I didn't know at the time that's what that I had the ability to do it too. I was kept in the dark about that. I didn't know that I had the ability to, like I said, I grew up thinking I had no value. Everybody and everything pretty much in my life in those present times, except for my grandparents, added to that illusion. And I know people are going to get mad at me, and that's just what it is. That's my truth, and I'm standing in it. I don't hold anything against anybody. I don't feel bad about it. I don't, it is what it is. Thank you for pushing me to this level where I'm at. And like, honestly, just acceptance. And see all these wands, it's just like these wands came underneath this. So in order to shadow their illusion, you have to realize that you can co-create with the creator. I pulled this over here. Co-create. You and the divine, masculine and feminine, all of you guys, right, have the ability to shatter these illusions, right? And then you can let these bags go free, right? These are the cards I'm pulling while I'm talking to you guys. So that's just kind of where it's been at. And that's the energies that I've been picking up on. And truth, action, love, and commitment. So stand in your truth, take some action, always add love in equation, and be committed to these thought processes. And I don't want to get too much in religion and all that kind of stuff, but like, this is the return to Zion. All you guys are waking up and feeling this kind of stuff because it's our mission to evolve the world, right? To wake up and realize that you don't have to let other people make decisions for you. You can choose you, and it's okay. And everything that will come from that, trust me, it's going to be great. Because I always thought I had to choose other people. I never knew I had the power to do anything, like I said. So you really want to get your masculine energy after you love on your feminine, right? And you bring your feminine back because you want to make sure you're feminine, because we talked about in the last video. So this video is more about just addressing the masculine in you, realizing that it was Lilith and Adam, right? So they were made of the same thing. And Lilith doesn't give a fuck. She knows she's bad by herself, right? So Adam too. Masculine too. The masculine energy needs to realize that he can create, because the sacral chakra is in everybody. It's not just masculine and feminine. It's a sacral chakra in all. And that's where creation comes from, that womb chakra. So masculine too. Masculine energies can create all that too. We have divine masculines, divine feminines. We're all here for a different purpose, and we all can do the mission. We can all complete, and we are complete. I just got that too. We are complete. So we're almost back to Zion. Like I said, we are constantly ascending. There's another portal coming up. This is going to be a short video. I'm not going to stay on here too long. I'm still working on building this. Like I said, you see I got some light now. The light came through, right? I got my death came in the mail today. And I'm just going to continue to address stuff. So yeah, see, look. So I just pulled these as I'm about to end. So I see, look, what I just say. Really go in there and find it. Find that Lilith energy, and it'll bring this death rebirth. You see this death and rebirth. That's to unlock that illusion. Unlock that fucking illusion that you're in with this wands energy. And I also see wands. Yeah, wands energy. This wands energy. This is one more thing I want to talk about actually before I go, and that'll unlock the 9 for you. So probably I see a lot of you guys. That's why I was getting an 8. That's why I was getting an 8, because the first 3 cards I pulled were these 3: a 2, and a 4, 8. Right. So that 8 energy. That's why I pulled that 8, because that's what you need to do. So a lot of you guys just need to really address that masculine energy, that feeling of loneliness, that feeling of not being enough, that feeling of, because you're manifesting an Eve in your life, and you don't want Eve, you want Lilith, and that'll unlock that wands for you, right? And that wands energy, and then you'll be in the 9 of Cups. And your cups will be full. You see it, just letting them fill up with the divine. And that's what you kind of want to be. I also have, I did have a channel song. I said in the beginning, I don't have a channel song for this, but I did. It was John Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. It was Living on a Prayer. And that was, that's so funny, because like after I wrapped it up, I went back and I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. So you can have whatever you want. Your masculine energy needs to really embrace his Lilith. And by that, I mean just go out in the wilderness and realize you have everything you need to survive and to create and to co-create. If you're a divine feminine or divine masculine, either one. And it's funny, I was actually listening to something yesterday, and they were talking about the Bible and Jesus being 33, right? And guess how old I am? 33. Right, and that was 33 when he passed away, when he was done with his mission, and I just stepped into mine, and that's funny. And it was a lot of people, a lot of readers on YouTube, a lot of tarot readers that as well stepped into the power when they were 33, or if you would have added like the ages up, it would have been 33. I just learned that, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, like I said, if you need a visual, these are the key points from here. If you need a visual. Alchemy, right? Sometimes you need visuals. Like me, I like to take spiritual baths and salt water baths and things like that, because I need a visual. Like I'll take a bath and I'll just imagine the whole time I'm washing is the stuff that's negative or, no longer serving me. I'm just like washing it off. And then like when I get out of the tub, I just watch it all go down the drain. You know what I mean? Like, just watch it all go down the drain, and it's no longer with you. Like, you can't pick it back up. So that's what I'm getting from that. As well as just really embracing that masculine energy and learning that you can create, whether you're in your feminine or masculine energies. It doesn't matter, because you have everything you need. And lack is an illusion, right? You're not lacking anything. You may want other things, but it's on the way and it'll be here, and you can create. And just know that if it's not the highest good for you, it's definitely in the highest good for all. And we have to be considerate of that as well. Maybe things aren't working out with us right now is because it's not going to serve all. So this void of course is, I want to read that because it came up. And I'm also going to read these moon cards. So I have faith in your dream. Conclusions are within reach, and nothing will come of this situation. So I believe this nothing will come from this situation is, can we get some clarification on that? I want to know what that's about, just so I can help you guys before I head out. So nothing will come of this situation. Divine, we ask some clarification. Look, real quick. Yeah, so that's what that's about. It's so that's void. There's nothing will come of this situation, moon card. And it's a void of course moon. And that's because a lot of you guys are still holding on to this shit. Right? A lot of you guys are still sitting in it. You guys are still sitting in that sword energy, like, oh, that somebody owes you something or belongs to you. You're still looking back on it. But you see this owl in the corner. That was another spirit animal that's come to me lately. I have actually an owl sitting right here. Like I said, cool. I don't know why I picked it up. I just happened to pick it up a while ago. At first it was a spider, and that's when I a couple months ago, and that's when I started being really creative. I didn't know that at the time why I picked up a spider. But if you notice, I have like a raven sitting back there, and I also have an owl sitting back there. And the owl is very wise. It's a very wise. And in the book of Isaiah, in the Bible, for all you guys who are religious, go look at Isaiah 34 and 35. It speaks about these dragons and snakes and all these motherfucking things you don't need. And it talks about this wise owl, and this owl is the one who's going to get the sun. All right, because this was the last card I pulled. 4 dropped out when I asked for clarification, and then the Knight of Cups and Pentacles were upside down. So the 4 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups were upside down because there's this fucking imbalance. So this word of nothing. If you're gonna keep holding on to situations, collective, that are no longer serving you, nothing's gonna come of that. You're not going to ascend. You're not gonna get the sun. You're not going to get that divine pouring into you. You're not going to hear what you're going to hear. Like, if you keep holding on to this energy and looking back on it, like, you needed everyone in your life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. You needed everybody to push you to this, because you would have never got it by yourself, right? The divine, we know it's all working in the plan, right? It's all for the plan. So we really need to, like, balance this shit. Find out what's going on. Get into the shadows, right? Love on it. You see the roses? Love on it, right? Protect it. Pray for them. Protect all of it, right? Protect it. Save it, right? And then, like, get over it. And I hate to say it like that, but get over it. Let it go. Let it all go. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. You don't want to hold on to that kind of stuff. It's not serving you. And if it's not serving you, like, and I don't mean like ignore it, just thank God for it. Thank God. Thank the divine. Thank whoever you want to call. Thank source for making you, sharpening you, using you the way he has to, so that you can spread this message. So you can spread the message and, like, really be able to touch people and, like, heal and help heal the planet, heal the world, right? That just popped in my head. Michael Jackson's "Heal the World." I gotta listen to the lyrics. I gotta read the lyrics. That's a good song though. So maybe that's kind of the energy we're gonna end on, that kind of thing. So these special moon cards. I have a full moon eclipse, and we'll read that. But I want to read this void of course because I don't want you guys to get off track. So in the form of astrology known as orrery, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded. A void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you're asking, for example. If you are worried about something, whatever it is, this card can be taken as a sign that there's nothing to worry about. So we have that too, right? There's nothing to worry about, right? That's on that higher vibe. That's for y'all with me. It's okay, right? It's all okay. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with your both behaviors and beliefs. Change your mind, you can change your life. I've been saying that. I'm going to continue to say, change your mind, you can change your life. That's just it. And it's that simple, right? So I trust in my highest good. You trust in it. You trust in your highest good. Right? So something better is around the corner, right? Something better is around the corner. Surrender to the divine, take time out, meditate, and contemplate. I've just been saying that this whole time. The main definition of a void of course moon is when the moon won't make a major connection with any of the planets until she enters the next sign. The best thing you could do is when you get this card is to chant the Sanskrit words Om Namo Nari, which means I surrender to the divine, a void of course. So that's like my favorite thing to say. That that hum, right? That hum that you feel right there, that connection. That you want to meditate and contemplate. I've been saying that this whole time. But a lot of you guys are still in this, and we want to get out of that. All right, don't get stagnant, right? Because conclusions are within reach. So. Full moon eclipse, and just like that, the door slams shut. If you pull this card, it suggests that the situation you asked about is about to reach a peak or just has done so, and things are now out of your hands. It's out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself, right? Because the future I want, these are my all made up cards, is manifesting right now. That fell out my book earlier this morning. Like the future I want, just leave it alone. I'm talking to myself included. So allow for and go easy yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it might be. Forgiving someone for what they did could be the key to resolving the situation in a positive way. We just talked about that. Let that shit go. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases you so you can move on. That, and then you're going to attune to the moon. That which is meant for me will not pass me by. What's meant for you is for you. No one can stop it. No one can stop it, right? So full moons are normally always climaxes or the ends of things. So we want to just attune to the moon. I keep saying that. And then have faith in your dreams. And that's pretty much self-explanatory. Co-create. That's Two of Cups. Not it's the Two of Cups energy. I just put the card back, but that Two of Cups energy is when it's a hand and another hand filling up this cup with love and light. Sorry, excuse me. But definitely excuse me. So the divine does want me to say before I leave that he is very, very proud. He doesn't want you to think so. I did hear that just now. That you guys are doing a great job. You are exactly where you want to be. I just channeled that right now. You're exactly where you are, where you ought to be, and where you want to be. Like that too. Yeah, you're right where you want to be and where you ought to be. Like I said, John Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer." Listen to that song. That'll help you. And also, I just got "Heal the World" by Michael Jackson right before we ended. So maybe those are our two songs we're supposed to hear today. And I'll be back, I'm sure, because I'm not going to leave this alone. This is my mission. I'm going to continue to read and love and share light and hope and messages of freedom as long as I got breath. Have a good night.